Rain hit the empty street like a warning. The city was quiet, too quiet for a Friday night. In the distance, a siren wailed and faded away. Raven watched from the rooftop. His eyes were sharp, his mind even sharper. He had been studying this building for 3 weeks. Every door, every guard, every blind corner. Below him stood the Central Reserve Bank, a fortress of steel and secrets. Inside it rested what his team called the Vault. It was more than money, it was power. Raven spoke into his earpiece. "Pixel, give me eyes." In a van 2 blocks away, Pixel's fingers danced across a laptop. The screen glowed in the dark, reflecting on his glasses. "Cameras are looping. You have 6 minutes before the system reboots." "Copy." Raven turned toward the stairwell. He moved with calm precision. Each step was measured, each breath controlled. Inside the van, another voice joined. It was Ace, the driver. A man with nerves of steel and a cigarette always between his fingers. "Once you are done, I need 2 minutes to get us out. That place has police on every corner." Raven smiled. "We will make it in 1. At the bank's rear entrance, Blaze waited. She was the muscle of the crew. Tall, steady, silent. Her eyes caught every motion in the dark. When Raven arrived, she nodded. "Security on rotation. 30 seconds gap. Move." They slipped inside. The corridor was long and narrow. Fluorescent lights hummed above. Every sound felt louder in the silence. Pixel's voice guided them. "Turn left, 2 guards ahead, wait for my mark." They waited. Footsteps approached. 2 guards passed without noticing. Raven signaled, and they moved again. In the control room, Kira was already at work. She was one of the 2 women on the team, a master of disguise and deception. Tonight, she was wearing the uniform of a night technician. Her badge was fake, her smile was not. "System check," she said to the guard beside her. He nodded, bored and tired. Kira's fingers pressed 3 silent keys on the console. Pixel saw the signal flash on his screen. "She is in," he whispered. Raven and Blaze reached the main hallway. It led to the heart of the bank. The vault. Steel doors taller than any man. Laser grids that cut through the air. Biometric locks that scanned every eye, every pulse. Raven studied it with quiet admiration. "Beautiful," he said. Pixel's voice came again. 5 minutes left. I can kill the laser grid for 90 seconds, but the thermal sensors stay live. You will need to move fast." Raven nodded. He turned to Blaze. "Ready?" "Always." The lasers blinked off. They ran. Every movement was timed. Every breath counted. Blaze slid under a sensor beam. Raven jumped over another. They reached the control terminal. Raven placed a small device on the lock. It hummed softly. Inside it, circuits cracked open the code. Pixel watched the progress bar climb. 70%. Keep it steady. Then the power flickered. For a second, everything went dark. "Pixel, what was that?" Raven asked. Pixel frowned. "Not me. Someone else is in the system." Raven's heartbeat slowed. Not from fear, but focus. "Can you trace it?" "I'm trying. Wait, it is coming from inside the building." Raven turned to Blaze. "Someone else is working this vault tonight." A sound echoed from the corridor. Footsteps, slow, careful. Blaze raised her weapon. The door creaked open. A shadow moved behind the glass. Raven stepped forward. The figure entered the light. It was a man in black carrying a small case. He froze when he saw them. Raven's eyes narrowed. "Who are you?" The man smiled. "Looks like we have the same job." Before Raven could react, the man threw a flash grenade. The light blinded the room. By the time Raven's vision cleared, the man was gone. The vault lock device was still counting. Pixel's voice broke through. "Raven, what happened?" "Complication. Do I need to pull you out?" Raven looked at the vault door. The progress bar reached 95%. "No. We finished the job." The final beep echoed. The vault door unlocked with a heavy click. Cold air rushed out like a breath held too long. Inside, the room glowed with gold and data drives, rows of sealed boxes marked with no names, each one worth a fortune. Blaze stepped closer. This is it. Raven opened one of the boxes. Inside was not gold, not cash, but a black drive labeled Project Vi. He frowned. Pixel, what is this? Pixel's voice was tense. Whatever it is not listed in the bank records. Raven placed the drive in his pocket. Then it is coming with us. Suddenly, alarms blared. Red lights filled the corridor. Pixel shouted through the earpiece. Someone triggered the system. You need to move now. Raven and Blaze sprinted out. Kira abandoned her console and joined them near the exit. The guards were already mobilizing. Ace revved the engine outside. Get ready, he said. The team burst through the back door. Ace hit the gas as they jumped in. Tires screeched across wet pavement. Sirens followed. Police lights painted the night red and blue. Pixel's laptop showed the map. Left turn in 30 meters, then through the tunnel. Ace turned hard. The van slid but held steady. They vanished into the tunnel just as a line of police cars sped past. For a moment, silence returned. Only the sound of heavy breathing filled the van. Blaze checked the bag. Everything is here. Raven pulled out the drive. He turned it in his hand, studying the label. Project V. He knew this was not what they came for, but something about it felt bigger, more dangerous. Pixel looked over his shoulder. Do you want me to check what is inside? Raven shook his head. Not yet. We need a safe place first. Kira looked uneasy. Who was that other guy? Raven stared out the window. The rain kept falling. I planned to find out. The van disappeared into the city's shadows. Far behind them, the vault stood silent. Inside, the missing drive's absence was already noticed. A voice on a private channel spoke softly. They took it. Start the hunt. The van stopped at an abandoned garage near the river. It was one of Raven's safe houses. Old walls, broken windows, but hidden from every camera in the city. Ace killed the engine. Steam rose from the hood. They all sat in silence for a moment, catching their breath. Pixel spoke first. Whoever that other guy was, he knew the layout. He was not improvising. Blaze nodded. And he had access to the system. That means someone from inside the bank. Raven set the drive on the table. The black casing looked ordinary, but the label made everyone uneasy. Kira poured water from a bottle and sat down. What now? Raven's voice was low but firm. We find out what we stole, but not here. Pixel, copy the contents. Use a clean system. Pixel opened his bag and pulled out a second laptop, one that was never online. He connected the drive carefully. A loading bar appeared on the screen. Lines of encrypted code filled the display. Pixel frowned. This is military-grade encryption. It is not financial data. Ace leaned closer. Then what is it? Pixel shook his head. I do not know yet, but it is not money. It is something else. Raven crossed his arms. Keep digging. Outside, rain poured harder. The sound echoed through the empty garage. Kira stood near the window. Across the street, a black car was parked under a streetlight. Its windows were tinted. She watched it for a moment, then turned back. Someone is watching us. Raven moved to her side. He saw the same car. It had not been there when they arrived. Pixel, lights off. The garage went dark. Only the laptop's faint glow remained. Raven drew his pistol. Ace grabbed a crowbar from the back seat. Blaze moved toward the exit, ready to flank. For a minute, no one spoke. Then the car's engine started. It rolled away slowly, disappearing into the fog. Raven waited until it was gone. Then he looked at the others. We are not alone in this game anymore. Pixel closed the laptop. The data is copied. We can move. Raven nodded. We split up for now. 2 hours apart. Meet at the old docks. Ace frowned. You think they will track us? I know they will. Blaze slung her bag over her shoulder. Then let them try. Raven picked up the drive and slipped it into his coat. As he walked out, lightning flashed across the sky. It lit his face for a brief second. Calm, unreadable, determined. He knew the job had changed. It was no longer about the vault or the money. It was about survival. And whatever was inside that drive, it was the reason people would die.